Pedophile. A person who is sexually attracted to children. A psychological disorder which an adult or older adolescent a primary or exclusive sexually attraction to children. Heterosexual. A sexual attraction to a person of the opposite sex. And a romantic attraction or sexual attraction to the opposite sex. Homosexual. A person that is sexually attracted to the person of one's own sex. Is a romantic attraction or a sexual behavior between members of the same sex or gender. Rape. A type of sexual assault usually involved in sexual intercourse or other forms of sexual penetration carried out against a person without consent. I read those definitions is because I want to go in discussing about homosexuality and pedophilia, because there are a lot of agendas or messages that's going out saying that homosexuality equates to pedophilia or vice versa, pedophilia equates to homosexual acts. And nobody wants to discuss that this is a form of rape. Now, you being a pedophile, like I read, means that you are a grown adult and you are sexually attracted to a child. Sexually attracted, not saying romantic. I read the definition with heterosexual, which means a grown person or a person of a human being who is, whether male or female, is attracted to a female or female is attracted to a male, no matter what age group or to adulthood you are. And homosexual is a person who is of the same sex who's sexually or romantically attracted to the same sex, whether it's you are young and you're attracted to another young person, or you're adult and you're attracted to another adult. Okay? So a lot of these beings out here are sending out these messages and saying that if you're homosexual, you are equal to a pedophile. Or if somebody who is a pedophile saying that they're homosexual. And that's two different things. Because you as a grown man being a predator with a child, and she, let's say it's a little baby girl, technically that's not homosexual. You're a predator, you're a pedophile. But if you're a grown person, let's say a grown man attracted to a grown man, a little boy, that's not homosexual. You're a pedophile. You're an adult trying to engage in a sexual, non-consenting sexual act with a child, a minor, an adolescent. That doesn't make you homosexual. You are a pedophile. And the fact that these people are going around talking about you're homosexual because you're a grown person and you're molesting a young boy, you are homosexual. No, you are a pedophile. You're not homosexual. A homosexual is two consenting people engaging in a sexual relationship or romantic relationship. Now, this all comes from not talking about rape. Because the other argument goes to, okay, well, the slave master raped the slaves, the male slaves, in front of the kids and other people to demasculate him. So therefore the slave master is a homosexual. No, the slave master raped you. There was no romantic engagement or sexual engagement. The sexual engagement, there was none. Y'all wasn't making love. If it was a sexual consenting relationship, you wouldn't be tied up and your family wouldn't be watching, and he wouldn't have other guards watching to see if somebody gonna step in and they will kill you or shoot you. This was rape. They tied you up. Now rape, a type of sexual assault usually involving sexual intercourse or other forms of sexual penetration carried out against a person without consent. If you're a slave and you're tied up and your family is right there watching you, and so is his people, that's not homosexual. He's not doing this because he loves you. He's trying to demasculate you. He's trying to take away the power that you thought you had, which is none. He's trying to show your son, your daughter, that if you ever try to think you have any power, I will kill you, I will rape you, or whatever he had in his mind, to show that he is the dominant person in this whole equation. That's not homosexuality. That's rape. People get raped every day. This is according to RAINN, RAINN.org. 1 out of 6 American women has been a victim of attempted or completed rape. So the guy who raped 1 out of 6 women wasn't trying to rape you because he loves you or wants to engage in a romantic or sexual consenting relationship. He wanted to take your power away and show you that he's the most dominant person in that particular situation. And it's usually done by somebody you know, unfortunately. So these people that keep talking about homosexuality equates to pedophilia, y'all are sending out this hateful message that is confusing people, because I'm not a pedophile. I don't want a little girl as a partner. I have a grown-ass girlfriend who is the same age as me, and we both are consenting to being in a romantic relationship together. So just like you're probably in a romantic relationship or sexual relationship with the opposite sex, because usually these people who are spreading out this message are black heterosexual men. So they're probably consenting in a romantic relationship with the opposite sex, or sexual relationship if they're not with anybody of the opposite sex that was consent. Doesn't make you a pedophile, because there are grown people, let's say a grown man or a grown woman, who is having sex with kids, whether it be of the opposite sex. That doesn't make you, because you are automatically considered heterosexual, doesn't make them, oh now, yeah, it's a heterosexual relationship because it's a grown woman and a young boy. No, she's a pedophile. So how can you sit here and say the same thing, where if it's a grown man and a young boy, and say, oh, that's a homosexual thing going on? No, that nigga's a pedophile. It would be homosexual if he was having sex with another grown man with consent. Because if he has sex with another grown man and it's not consensual, that's rape, and he's a rapist. That's not homosexual. He's a rapist. I just think it's crazy how these people try to put the two together. And people are just going for like, oh yeah. So now when you see somebody like me, or somebody that's a man who's homosexual, who are consenting with other adults that are the same sex, you call us pedophiles? Word? I don't want no little girl. I got a grown-ass woman. We look young, but she's not a kid. Like I said, if you are a grown person indulging in sexual activity with a child, a minor, you are a pedophile. It's not considered heterosexual, and it's not considered homosexual. You are a pedophile, and you are a rapist. Because most likely that kid did not consent to what's happening, and you are the dominant one in this situation, and you took control and manipulated a child. So when I see gay men, they're usually with other gay dudes. When I see lesbian women or bisexual women, they're usually with other lesbian or bisexual people, and they're grown. Or if they're young, they're around the same age. So if they're high school kids, and one is a lesbian or gay or bisexual or queer or whatever or trans, they're usually with those same people of the same age. So that's not considered, pedophilia, because they're with the same people, or rapists because they're with the same people. If the relationship, whether romantic or sexual, is consensual, they are rapists if it's not consent. So I really just feel like this whole rhetoric that's going around, y'all have to cut it out, seriously, because y'all are sending out these messages that have negative intentions, and people are literally getting hurt because of it. They're getting raped because of it. Like it says from wearingwhitefeather.wordpress.com, 1 of 16 men are rapists. I didn't say ethnicity or race, just saying just gender. 60% of rapes and sexual assault are by men onto women, children, and men, and trans people by men. And 65% of those rapes are usually by somebody of the victim who knows. So let's talk about what happens in our community as melanated people in our community, because rape and molestation happens super too often in our community, and we just sweep it under the rug, and it gets to the point where we literally blame somebody that comes out, and then you find out that the person that's blaming you got raped too. Oh, I got raped. You see, I'm fine. Why you had to come out and ruin the family? That's really a thing in our community, and I'm pretty sure that's a thing in other people's communities, but I'm not in everybody's community and household, so I personally can only speak from my experiences only. So please don't try to say or think that I don't understand, in other households. I do. I know this happens all the time, everywhere in the world. I'm very smart and intelligent to know that I can put that together with common sense. So, but in our community, I'm only speaking from our community because I experience it, because I'm in our melanated black community, that we victim blame a lot. I mean, a lot. We literally let the nigga, whether it's a male or female, go. Like they didn't do anything wrong. In some cases, people still stay with the nigga or woman that was the rapist or predator. And they still talk to these people like nothing happened. But the victim, they don't talk to them no more. They shun them out the family. They just want attention. They that. Even if the person confesses, you're non-existent in the family because you wasn't supposed to tell. Because the generation before you didn't tell, the generation before you that didn't tell, the generation before that didn't tell. So what makes you better than everybody else? And you want to go and snitch and put another black person in jail. That is the most dangerous ass thought ever. Ever. And that's fucked up. Extremely fucked up. But this is what we don't talk about. Niggas is straight, just ready to go ham on somebody that's homosexual or bisexual or trans, but don't want to talk about the rape that's happening. They quick to say, oh, because you got raped or molested, you are homosexual. Being raped has nothing to do with your sexuality. If you have been molested and or raped, some cases, not all of them, people are so turned off by the opposite sex because of the traumatic experiences that they don't want to deal with the opposite sex at all. At all. It's not just sexual or romantic at all. They just done. Y'all non-existent. So if there's a woman who got raped by a man, she's super traumatized, she's just done with men altogether. Has nothing to do with her sexual preference. If she wants to indulge in a relationship, romantic relationship, sexual relationship with a woman, that's her decision. But y'all don't talk about the trauma that people go through when they go through these things. And then y'all just brush it off, oh, because I heard a lot of people got molested, so that's how they are. Why y'all not talking about the molestation? Why is there so many of us melanated people getting molested in the first place? Y'all quick to talk about the sexuality of somebody, but y'all never want to talk about the traumatized experiences. Y'all just as fucked up as the people that's out here molesting people. Because y'all cool with it, low-key. Y'all don't even know it. Y'all cool with it. Me personally, I was already coming out as a lesbian. And that's the reason why I got molested. So does that make that better? Because it was a grown man and I was a young girl? Because as y'all say, that's a homosexual, that would be a quote-unquote heterosexual act. But that's not consent. I'm a kid. I don't know any better. But the fact that I wasn't a boy, right? So that makes it better. Y'all niggas is sick as fuck. And y'all need help. And I need to be educated. And this is the reason why I got motivated to even make this video in the first place. Because I see these statuses, these videos about homosexuality and pedophilia being the same thing. And I'm just like, how, Sway? Two different things. Consent, non-consent. Now, I don't talk about the raping that happens to women all the time. No matter their sexual preference. The raping with men, no matter their sexual preference, and the raping of children. Y'all don't never want to talk about that because that does happen. Y'all never want to talk about that in the community, but y'all want to talk about how quote-unquote homosexuality is up on a rising in our community. But y'all don't want to talk about how that shit is already risen in the molestation and pedophile category of our community. I'm pretty sure everybody that's melanated that watches this video have known or has been themselves a victim of molestation or rape. It's unfortunate. But we don't talk about that. We just sweep that under the rug. And then if somebody do come out, we just victim blame. That's fucked up. And y'all need to stop pushing this shit for real. That whole gay agenda bullshit y'all talking about, fuck you. Because that's not a thing. Y'all don't go hard about rape at all. But y'all got quick to go hard on homosexuality. And I genuinely felt the niggas that go super hard on that, y'all low key. I'm sorry. Because I'm not heterosexual at all. But you don't see me going on an anti-heterosexual group hate speech. Fuck heterosexuals. Da, da, da. No, I just do what I do and I'm on my business. I'm super secure in my sexuality. But are you? Why are you going so hard, fam? Because I know a lot of people who are heterosexual, who are super secure in their sexuality. They could be around a gay man and not feel no way, or treat him any other way but a human being, or be around a woman, be around lesbians or bisexual people and not treat them like they're less than a human being and live their life. Ain't nobody bothering them. I have straight friends. I don't bother them. And they have gay friends. We just coexist as human beings. We're friends. So why can't y'all be around gay men and build with gay men who probably don't want y'all in the first place, but y'all feel like, oh, he gonna want me. If you feel that way, you gay. That's like, because a woman is next to you, she wants you. What? Just because somebody is next to you who might be of the opposite sex or might be same gender loving, whatever, don't mean they want you, fam. What kind of ego shit you on? Y'all need to cut this shit out. This video mad long, and I'm about to cut it short. I know people have seen these messages out, and I'm just putting it out there. You know, homosexuality and pedophilia are not the same thing. They're not. And you know that they're not. But you have an agenda or this message that you have to spell out to make sure that your biases towards people that you don't understand fit with how you feel. I mean, it's not right. It's not right. People get put out because they're gay. People get shut out their families because they're gay. But people who are pedophiles and rapists, they get to stay in their families. They don't get put out like that. They tell people, don't tell nobody. Oh, he raped you, she raped you. Oh, don't tell nobody. But that's okay. But somebody who wants to come out and just be themselves is not. Got a lot of work to do and inside healing to do. Because we, as a group, are just super sick. So, please support me. I have my links of my t-shirts and my hoodies and up there somewhere on Facebook. Please support me. I have a new logo coming too as well for those who don't want to wear a basketball on your chest, which I don't have one on right now. But if you see it, if you're not, you know, we don't want that, but you still want to support in some way, I got you. Just please hold on. The new logo is coming soon. I'm super excited. Thank you for watching, and I hope, you know, I have educated, but I know some people still want to just bypass that and, you know, whatever the case may be. But peace, love, and abundance.